a man. When you're playing a sport and you're playing with a squad,
that's subjective though.
It's not subjective because
Jordan didn't want to play with anybody.
No, but what I'm saying, hold on, let me finish. What I'm saying is, as an athlete, when you're playing on a team, when you're winning by that much and you get that sour taste in your mouth, it should.
Like that.
You know what I mean? KD's not like that. You're right, but everybody on the squad was like, "God, that's so savage. That's why I'm saying it makes it so much more different."
I completely agree with you. The reason in that regard, it's different. I agree with you because of the fact that it was that squad 3-1, whatever. The reason why I'm saying it's subjective and it's based off of levels is because Michael Jordan doesn't want to play with Larry Bird. Period. That's the way that generation thinks. The next generation doesn't want to play with the team that just beat them 3-1. Okay. You see what I'm saying? It's going to keep going that way because these guys are getting friendlier and friendlier, and it's getting less and less competitive.
Okay, wait.
That's all I'm saying.
It's just moving that way. Guys, see the whole Raptors thing. We won the ring. Do you think Drake played enough of a role to get gifted or given
a ring,
a championship?
No,
absolutely not.
Do you think he deserves a championship?
What did Drake do that I didn't?
Cheer.
He cheered and I cheered.
Yeah, courtside team. So that means that what's it called? Jack Nicholson deserves a ring then. He deserves all rings.
Just to play devil's advocate.
Drake is signed as an
he is
ambassador of the team.
On the maybe not the payroll, but he is on that sheet.
Right.
If he's on payroll,
bring Kawhi here.
If he is on pay, do you think he's the reason why Kawhi came here? No.
So we don't know behind the scenes if he kind of. No. I'm just saying, just for argument.
No, I hear you. Drake. You know what? Drake's done more to hurt than help because we could have had Kevin Durant, but then they called him for tampering when he was at OVO.
Yeah.
So then Kevin Durant couldn't have came here.
Yeah.
But Kevin Durant loves fucking Toronto.
Yeah.
He was supposed to be here.
He was supposed to be here. No, facts. I don't think
he was talking about coming to Toronto before Drake even came.
Exactly.
Yo, honestly,
and hence that's because Vince Carter was his favorite player growing up.
Exactly.
So he could never say fuck Vince.
Fuck Vince.
Vince, holla at me when in the city, bro.
Yeah, fuck that nigga, yo. At the end of the day,
you know what I'm saying?
Yo, when Vince came back and cried, he cried because he loves Toronto.
And we might get Vince in his free agency in his last year.
Last year, that would be dope. I'd love that shit.
And we could,
he should have came last year and win a championship ring. That would have been nasty. And then retire. That would have been nasty. You know what I mean?
Because the thing is, I think Vince Carter is one of the very first examples in history where you can't just be an amazing talent coming out of college and assume that this guy is going to be a franchise player. Vince Carter is an amazing talent. He's not a franchise player. You can't put a franchise on his back to go win something.
No, facts.
Like, in college, it was Anton Jameson. He was the offset to Anton Jameson. That's why Anton Jameson was always a franchise player somewhere. They didn't win, but he had the team on his back. Vince Carter went to the Nets, and he was a brand new guy because Jason Kidd was the franchise player. You know
I can't believe they're actually giving him a ring. That doesn't even make sense. Like,
Drake,
okay,
right?
Don't get me wrong. If he actually is on the payroll and he's getting paid from the Toronto Raptors, yes, he deserves a ring because that is just rules.
And not to cut you off, I heard they're even giving him the authority to
I heard that. No, for sure. I know he's designing it. You know what I mean? I know for sure he's designing it, but I don't think he deserves one personally. No. I don't think so. Like, he hasn't done anything. I don't know, man. He's just a fucking Spike Lee, bro.
That's what even Bill Burr, some guy named Bill Burr, he's like a podcaster too. He was pretty much saying that, like, you're not a real fan. You know, where did you come from?
You didn't put in no minutes. Why are you able to run down the
what's his name? Nav, the super fan guy, should get a ring. You know what I mean?
Before you, dude.
Nav's been there before you.
Listen, Drake,
and spending his paper courtside every game, cuz.
Here's my thing. You're at the game. And you have to wear an armband to cover up the fact that you're wearing a tattoo of the people that were playing against.
Yeah.
And then on top of it now, you have to wear a Raptors jersey because you don't have a Raptors jersey tattooed on you anywhere.
Yeah.
You have Denzel Washington and you have fucking Lil Wayne and Cummings and Kevin Durant.
Yeah, my brother, you have to fix up.
Fix up, yo. Fix up.
I'm not feeling it.
Clean up
Steph Curry's number on his arm.
Yeah, like, come on. It's not fair.
No, like, I'm sorry. I'm not that guy.
Yeah,
you know, like,
it's not fair.
Keeping it real, being a ghetto youth and being from growing up with grandparents, the Raptors were everything to real fans.
What do you mean?
The little kids growing up in the hood projects, or little black kids having a basketball team, Damon Stoudemire.
Come on, bro.
It meant a lot to us. So
there's mad players that people can't even name.
No.
Shout out to Mario Moon, bro.
Shout out Mike there. What's his name?
Keon Clark.
Nigga,
Keon Clark. Shout out fucking Oliver Miller.
Shout out Skip to my Lou and Master P. You know what I'm saying? Big facts. Let's get to my Lou and Master P, yo.
We just want it to be authentic. Drake, if you ever hear this, broski, hopefully you're a real Raptors fan because there's people in the city who just pulled out their heartstrings seeing that Larry O'Brien.
You know what's funny?
Get put in the air, dog.
People are gonna hear this and laugh. Like, I can't believe they don't think that Drake is a Raptors fan because like the media makes it look like he's the reason why this is not.
Listen, man, I could pull up a picture right now. Me and my granny, 1995, in the living room on Albion and Martin Grove, watching the Raptors game when we beat Jordan, celebrating like we won the chip.
Yeah, like
Big
Exactly.
facts. Big facts.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Bro. Shout out all the authentic real Raptors fan. Me personally, I don't think Drake should get a ring, and that's just because he didn't really put in no blood, sweat, and
How many
tears.
minutes did he put? How many ambassadors do you see running down the tunnel hailing people like he just put in minutes? Like, it doesn't make sense. Why was, you know what I mean? Like, what? And I honestly, personally, truly think that the NBA should have fined. Yo, I'm a Raptors fan, but the NBA should have fined the Raptors for half the stuff that the nigga was doing.
And you know what else I think too?
Real nigga shit.
What I don't rate
Absolutely.
people in that position. This is like a once in a lifetime opportunity. There
Yeah,
should have been a
that shit.
section for the
Yes.
low income kids.
Yes.
There should have been a section for the kids in the high danger areas, all the projects across
Where
the city.
we were standing in the parade.
Be through that.
The
Enjoy
VIP
that.
section at the parade should not have had
Grown men.
Jamal McClure tripping over himself, laughing and drunk.
Yeah.
drunk.
Knowing that he's going to be on the stage in a few
exactly.
minutes.
Exactly, holding the belt
Why
up
am
like,
I not seeing
like you
kids?
just won the heavyweight champion of the world.
Thank you. Why am I not seeing like a pop league team somewhere in Toronto named after the Raptors?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
How
saying?
come the Raptors aren't gifting 1,000, 2,000 t-shirt championship hats and t-shirts
Yeah,
to
yo.
all the kids and whatever boys and girls club
I
in
want to see
Scarborough and the
real. I
West,
want to see.
you know what I'm
Let's, you know what the problem is, yo, with this city. The city doesn't want to embrace the fact that there's a lot of people who are that are fucked up in the city,
Exactly.
and they don't embrace that shit. If we embrace that shit, then we'd be able to put it on TV and show it,
Yeah,
and then
no,
fix
facts.
it.
Yeah,
but
no,
all
no
we
shit.
do is is pretend like the fans in the city are super fan in Drake.
Yeah.
And that's not the fucking case.
That's not the case.
Because when it comes time now, they're not in the city right now.
Yeah.
They're gone.
Yeah.
He's going back to LA to go play he had Stephen Clay, the Warriors playing in his, like he said in the
backyard.
track, in his backyard. He never said he had the Raptors playing in his backyard.
Oh, he's
he said he had the
play
Warriors
pickup.
playing in the
He's gonna
backyard.
play pickup, right?
Exactly, the Warriors in
So,
Calabasas.
and the same guy that's gonna get the fucking ring, right?
No, I'm serious. I'm a Torontonian. You know what I'm
Facts.
saying? Like,
Facts.
I'm sick of this shit.
Talk the shit.
No, seriously, we gotta keep it real, yo. In this city, like, stop the bullshit. Everything doesn't have to be symbolism.
Yeah.
We don't need a symbol of success in this nigga. Like, there's kids every day that name themselves after Raptors.
Yep.
That want to be, you know what I'm saying? That should
Yeah.
have that
And
opportunity.
hence, not even to dick right. Shout out Kawhi again, nigga.
Big
Lost
facts.
his dad, got killed.
Come on,
a lot of
yo.
people don't know that.
Talk
violence.
about it,
A
yo.
lot of people never fucking put
The whole
dirt on
team,
their niggas' casket.
the whole
You know
team
what I'm
lost
saying?
somebody,
For the
lost a
fact-
brother or a dad or
Exactly.
something.
Or
You
a
know what
mom
I'm saying? Like,
dukes or something.
Yeah,
That's what
yeah.
the Raptors should be remembered as, the team that won the championship. Hard work, dealing with tragedy, and just overcoming, bro. That's why the
Dedication.
Raptors, like,
Adversity.
you know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
real shit, no, real shit.
That's what the city should represent. Not any other bullshit and sideshow Bob, clownery and foolery.
Yeah,
going
yo,
on.
I'm not into that
The
buffoonery.
The
like,
real shit.
I don't
like real
know,
shit.
man. I don't
I'm
think
repping
it's
I'm repping for the old Jamaican head who his favorite team is the Raptors.
Mm.
And after work he's in the bar drinking, watching the Raptors play before he goes home from work. Because all he has when he gets home is watching the Raptors.
Shit.
That's the culture that the Raptors built. That's for us.
And that same man's gonna watch that game and know we're gonna lose and watch the next game right
Yes.
after and lose that one and lose the
When
one
the
after
Raptors
that.
won,
And-
the Raptors won, I wasn't, not to cut you, when the Raptors won, bro, I was with you. The first thing I wasn't thinking was, yo, let me get as drunk as I can on a stage with all my name. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
look at people. Like, the first thing I did was break down.
Yeah.
Real shit, my nigga had to hold me up.
Yeah.
We have to like start, you know, like this is like, it's a
real.
it's real shit.
Man,
real.
I was in my crib trying to pop champagne, cut my hand. My nigga, bro,
Crazy.
it was crazy. It's something I never experienced.
my
Even with
life.
the Jays, I was still young.
Yeah.
But,
Yes.
like being a man right now, it was like, yo, it was like emotional.
Yeah,
It was
really
emotional,
was. It really
bro.
was. Real, like real shit because it brings you back to where those games,
All those years.
Like
all those
years.
times, all those. Oh, like we
Kobe
were so
81.
close and
Fam, I was in
Losing to Brooklyn.
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 Like, this is the third run for these
What were
guys.
they calling us last year? LeBronto or
Bronto. And when we lost to Brooklyn, we were the Crafters.
Raptors?
Yo, listen, bro.
And
We went
remember
through
when Paul Pierce used to shut us up every fucking time
Come
we
on,
played?
yo.
Lock us up. Oh.
the Bargnani years when they had the Bargnani years, bro. The Delfino years.
Yo,
The
honestly,
Rougeau
Toronto
years.
Raptors probably made the worst
Decisions.
Worst decisions in NBA
We
history.
could have had Wade.
Bro,
Bosh
we
got
could've had
drafted
a lot.
before Wade.
We could have had James Harden, but we thought Valanciunas was gonna be a money man player. That we picked up Valanciunas. And where's Valanciunas now? Exactly. Who gives a fuck, right?
Exactly.
Where the fuck's Bargnani now eating fucking Primo Pasta Vera?
Where's
Bitch?
your roster?
And that's another thing too.
Primo
The
Pasta
Raptors,
sauce.
Yeah.
the Raptors front office were picking some horrible drafts.
Top-
Terrible.
Yo, Ujiri did what Colangelo tried to do.
Yes.
He just went to Africa, nigga.
Exactly. That's what we're saying. Big
Facts.
facts. That's a big
You
fact.
know what I
bro.
mean? He went to
did-
Africa and he got real
Ujiri-
people.
That's a fact.
He picked up some gems.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like,
He picked up-
Grunwald, fuck all those guys.
He
bro.
picked up people
Bullshit.
who's
Grunwald,
he did two things. He picked up people who play their position perfectly. Like these niggas don't want to be more than what they do. Van Vliet never tried to do more than what Kyle does.
Yes.
I'm just scared to fill in the holes where
Yes.
Kyle can't do it.
When he's resting, I'm here to score my points.
Siakam never said I'm going to take the ball out of Kawhi's hands.
Yeah.
I'm going to fill in the holes wherever we're lacking.
Yeah.
Marc Gasol and Ibaka came to grips with, yo, this is what we're going to do to make this work. They did two things.
Shout out Serge.
Shout out Serge.
Bang, bang, bang,
Shout out Mark.
Yeah.
We got they did two things. They got niggas who assumed their role on the floor, and they got niggas who their personalities meshed perfectly with the city.
Yeah.
Like, there's nobody on that team whose ego is bigger than the city.
Yeah.
Love teams where we can build your ego for you.
Yes.
Allow us to do it for
I
you.
think that's what makes us dangerous.
Yes.
That makes us very dangerous.
They all have the same demeanor too.
Yeah.
You'll see when they played Philly, Joel Embiid will shoot, they'll be
Yeah.
fucking Van Fleet will slap a shot and just walk down.
Like
Clean
Jose
ball.
Batista is a very calm brother. Joe Carter and all these other guys, they were not wild. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially when they were there. Like when Alamar was here, he never did the wild shit he did when he was in Baltimore and other places. When he was here, he assumed the character of Toronto.
Yeah.
Kawhi came here and assumed the character of Toronto.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go work. You guys talk about it for me.
Yeah. I'm gonna get this.
You know what
working.
I'm saying? Like
I'ma
he
get this
looks
working.
Toronto. Like he just.
Yeah. He looks
Shout
like
out-
a Scarborough man still. Shout out.
He does, bro.
Shout out Kawhi. He looks like a Scarborough man. So
He does.
Scarborough Town Center still.
Real big, bro.
Waiting for at AW.
Yeah, like I'll buck him at Randy's or something.
Yeah. Randy's body.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Nah, but honestly, man, salute to the Raptors, man.
Yes, sir.
For giving us a chance.
absolutely, yo. Thank you, Raptors, man.
That was basically, it's an experience for each of us that, we're not going to forget like that.
Of course.
But in terms of Drake and authenticity, in terms of our 80s and 90s theory type of thing, he just passed the Beatles and now he's the second most artist.
Here we
Billboard top
fucking
10 hits.
go.
Would he last as a 90s artist? Because it's a different era now in the way music is being
consumed.
distributed and
Yeah.
consumed and things of that nature.
Yeah.
Entirely different climate, I would say as well. There's still elements of hip hop here and there. Would he last as an artist in the 90s in hip hop and music abroad?
Definitely not.
No, I don't think so.
Hip hop, or are we talking about art? Either way, not.
Well,
it doesn't matter. Maybe hip hop more than R&B.
Okay, we'll say because people in hip hop didn't branch out the way he's branched out in genres today. So say if he was just a straight hip hop artist in the 90s, would he last as a 90s artist compared to what was going on?
I don't know, because he doesn't even. I don't think so. I think there was so much more rappers like him back then that had so much more substance, and also we believed what they were saying.
Yeah,
I don't really believe anything Drake says. I'm not even like, yeah, okay. When it comes to like spending money and going here and flying here, yeah, okay. Maybe you got paper, yeah.
Right.
But anything other than that, I don't believe it. Because when Drake's with white guys, he's a white guy. When he's a black guy, he's a black guy.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But
There's nothing wrong with
that's
that.
like Tupac though. Me and one of my homies had this conversation. Like, Drake is just a new version of Tupac. Because Tupac was that. When Tupac was around the Black Panthers, he was a Black Panther. When he's around Shogi's MOB.
That's not true.
What's the difference?
No. I don't think Pac was always pro-black. No matter who he was talking to, no matter who was in front of him, no matter who was his overtone was always pro-black. Yeah, he might have dumbed down.
Around other people,
he might have dumbed down because you couldn't be in an interview with with Pocket, let's say on Dateline or something, and you ask him a black question, and he just shoves it under the rug. He's getting into it.
He gets into
but
it. Right.
But Drizzy, me personally, I don't know him personally, but what it seems like was that he'll just play into it.
He doesn't have a political bone in his
You
mind.
know what I mean? He'll just be like, maybe crack a joke, or
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, I just feel like he plays into whatever role is around him at the time.
What I will say is what Drake and Pac both have the ability in that they're both they can both assume roles when when need be. Doesn't necessarily mean to be the same roles, but when need be. So like at the time, it was a pro-black time in the 90s. So we don't necessarily know if Drake can be a pro-black guy like that.
He didn't really come
Because he
up
never
fucking
came
know.
up. We don't see him in that era.
The blackface. He has a fucking blackface picture.
Right.
So you know what extent he'll go to. He doesn't give a fuck, okay? No, he does not give a fuck. So that just proves right there. He's an Okie. He's one of them Okie type niggas. No, because real nigga shit at the end of the day. Real nigga shit at the end of the day.
He's an Okie nigga.
You know, but am I lying though?
No, it's real shit.
Real
It's
shit.
real
Like
shit.
if you're nowadays, you're gonna do that knowing what the fuck is going on.
It's true.
Imagine back then.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I hear you.
I agree. I just think that, okay, this is the thing that Drake, there's one thing that Charlamagne said that I kind of agree with, where Drake is concerned. And it's not necessarily, it's for better or worse. It's just true. He said when Drake chooses to rap, he says things in a way that we've never heard it before. And I can agree, but that's for better or worse. That's not necessarily a great thing. It's just different. Like Drake, I've never heard a rapper speak on behalf of women. Not just in terms of like, I'm not talking about, this is what I mean. I don't mean like a nigga from a nigga's perspective.
He's rapping from what a girl's actually thinking.
What a girl's actually thinking.
Yeah,
he really has a girl's brain
Yeah.
in his mind.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
But he's still able to be a guy and say it for her.
And this is why I think
I've never seen that before in my life.
This is why I think in the 90s, 110% it wouldn't work for him, because in the 90s, bitches
like
did
that.
bitches did business about
It
that
wasn't
shit.
like that.
You know what I mean?
Like you had chicks like Adina Howard, I will be a freak until the day.
Yeah.
Until. We don't need light skinned niggas talking for us. You know what I'm saying?
I'll tell you what it is. That type of foolishness. You know?
No, but it's just I've never, like, okay, so we were having this discussion about LL and Drake.
Yeah.
And who has conquered the female demographic in hip hop? Like in terms of females, their demographic is more female than it is male. I believe Drake's demographic is more female than it is male.
110%.
I believe LL's demographic was more female than it was male.
Yeah.
Especially during the Mr. Smith era.
Okay, yes.
During Mr. Smith, he was going up against Wu-Tang Forever and Redman and that.
Yeah, that's okay, yeah.
Cannabis said it, and that was like his biggest.
Yeah, they're right.
You know what I'm saying? So like, and he never denied it. LL never denied it. So like,
Jake would never last in the 90s, no matter what. Well, not that he would never last, but he wouldn't be as big as the artist is now. Jake will drop a track now and people will fucking shit themselves. He'll drop the same track back then.
I feel like people.
It's like you have 30 people doing this, dropping tracks just like that.
I've been asking people for a long time, what's the big difference between Drake and Bobby Brown? Because they both sang and rapped on the record at the same time.
Yeah.
Bobby Brown's the first one to do that. Yeah. He's the first one to like stop singing and then start rapping. Everybody wants to know, let's go and down. Not the hit Bobby Brown.
And you have to remember,
and they go right back and I can't sleep that night.
Back to the topic of like having hits on the chart.
Yeah.
Them times it was only radio. Right now there's streaming.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
More options.
The consumption.
That's exactly what he said. Yeah, he's like, if you put Drake back then.
The way he approaches making albums or putting out singles is going to be completely different.
Of course. Because he doesn't have those platforms.
There's so much
within
ways.
the confines of how the 90s was and how his music may have translated to the climate of the 90s, do you think
No.
he would have lasted?
I don't think so he would have lasted.
I think he would have lasted. I don't think he would have had as much Billboard hits as the beat. Like
I'm trying to figure out how we would view him though.
That's exactly what
Like
I'm saying.
how would he be perceived?
How would he approach it? He can't be the same person he is
because
now.
authenticity back then is what sold you. Your authenticity is what sold
That's
you.
what I'm saying. He wouldn't be able to last.
But
He
as
would
an
drop one.
artist, he would have probably been more labeled an R&B artist. Right?
Okay.
But then, so now we're gonna put Drake in the same category as Jodeci and he's not gonna survive.
When are we talking about?
90s.
Early 90s.
90s, in the 90s. Period. The 90s period. Listen, from
You can pick the worst 90s R&B.
From 99,
and
from
Drake's not better.
1999 to 1999, male and female R&B dominated the entire way through.
There's no way he was.
Beyonce and them come at 98 and 99. And at the beginning of that shit is what you have TLC in Vogue and all that shit.
Yeah. There's no way.
R&B encompasses the 90s.
He probably would have dropped a 1-2 track that buzzed, and then it would have just fizzled out.
But I don't even know if they would have buzzed. Because like R&B, like the way he sings like Terrence Trent D'Arby. You know the sign, your day,
look at Keith Sweat though.
He sings
Keith
like that.
Couldn't sing.
Yeah, but Keith Sweat could produce a record around the way he sings.
Exactly.
But Drake,
when Keith Sweat goes, I wanna tease you, the track's already going.
But everything,
so
Drake stays in the limits of his voice as far as the R&B go. As an R&B
he does.
guy, he doesn't try to do too much, and the people just like it. He's at the point, the superstardom level, where he can put out anything,
but he
and
has
it's gonna
to
blow.
But at this point, he can do whatever the fuck he wants now. But we're talking about a time that he has to be able to sing. Because before, if you're an R&B singer, if you can't sing, you're not dropping a fucking R&B track. Bro.
First of all, Keith Sweat put on Silk. Keith Sweat,
that's what I'm saying. Man, sing.
From the 80s. He put on a lot of people who wrote.
Men were able to sing back then.
Keith Sweat's probably like top 5 in terms of production and writing in R&B history, like 90s R&B history, modern R&B history. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like from going late 80s all the way up until the 2000s, Keith Sweat. So like it's different with him and R. Kelly because there's an aspect of them creating a sound that people like anyways.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? They're producing a sound that they curated themselves.
Yeah.
Drake did not curate a sound. He sings and raps on anything he's on.
Yes.
Irrespective of the type of record it is. So that's not really curation. That's just like a formula.
Just put it like this.
You know,
name one 90s R&B artist that Drake was better than. That was
none.
That's a factor.
None.
That's what I'm saying. Name one.
Well, Drake is a hybrid artist. Remember that he's a rapper and a singer.
He can adapt.
Listen,
bro.
you know what though?
Back.
Here's to go. Not to cut you off, but perfect example of that. Lenny Kravitz. It ain't over till it's over. Drake would have done that over and over and over again. So many tears I cry. Drake would have done that over and over and over again in that era.
Nah, yeah, no, hell
He would
no.
have done that over.
He couldn't have rapped in the 90s.
With Ibama.
Who's gonna take him serious? You would have been a clown in the 90s rapping. So you're out of the question. You're not playing. You're not hip hop 90s.
With the bow and thug.
Yeah, no. You're not. Nobody's taking you serious, dog.
Yeah. So who would have lasted in the 90s? You think?
Right now?
Right now.
Kendrick. Because
J. Cole definitely would have
lasted.
Well.
Dudes who actually are spitting. There's dudes who are spitting. Okay. But the thing about the 90s is
Dave East would have lasted.
Yeah, there's a lot more legends in the 90s because
You don't think Dave East would last? In the hood, hood wise. I mean, like he would have had a following like just like Styles P and the Lox has one. I think he would have a following like that.
To be totally honest with you, Dave East, like pause. But I'm just speaking like objectively speaking here, pause. His aesthetic is what carries him over the hump. He's another one who has way more probably girl fans than guy fans.
I don't know, man.
I can't name a Dave East song.
Definitely.
To tell you the truth, the only Dave East song that comes to my mind is the song he has with the kid from Rexdale, the Pyrex suit. That's like the most recent shit I heard.
Beloved.
Yes, Straight Pound. That's a kid.
He has a couple fire tracks. I personally think, but I think that you're right. Maybe you may not, but I mean like
off
the top. If he was in the hood back then, I could see myself listen to a Dave East track in the 90s as a kid, or it popped up just like a Jadakiss or a Styles P.
For me personally, I think that element is there simply because there isn't enough of what he sounds like in hip hop. Yeah. Like there isn't enough New York spitters on New York beats. So what he's doing right now sounds a lot heavier. And I'm not saying that's not nice.
But even in the 90s though, when I was growing up, I listened to more like Outkast, Dungeon Family. So not even to say that. Like,
but you did also listen to like the Lox, no?
Like I say from the East, I was a Jay-Z fan. I had Volume 1, Reasonable Doubt. I didn't really fuck with Lox and Bad Boy too much. Okay. I fucked with Nas, but I was more grooved out.
We were kind of early on the South shit.
Shout out all the Atlanta rappers, Cool Breeze, Dungeon Family. That's who I grew, because like uncles love the South. You know what I'm saying? I was listening to Ice Cream Man, Master P. I was listening to all that shit, you know? So some of these guys might have lasted, but they might have got no play because they might not have stood out.
Right.
Because at that time, there was Jay-Z. Who was coming out of the East? So much people. Wu-Tang. Then you know what I'm saying? AZ,
Rough
Riders.
You know, you got G Unit, you
So
got
much
da-da-da,
people.
all
That's
that
what I'm
stuff.
saying. Half of the art, so no artist then from right now would have been able to.
To last, you think?
Yeah, and
Because if you're thinking about that, then you're gonna say you put Kendrick Lamar in that same with the LA. Like who's coming out of
I
LA
really
that
think.
time? Like, are you kidding me?
But
LA,
are
he
we
would've-
talking about lasting, or are we talking about being at the pinnacle
Okay.
of the game? Because
Yeah,
there's two
a
different
factor,
things here.
A factor.
Like a major
A
factor.
factor. Like,
I think Kendrick
like,
could
Kendrick
be
make it
a
a factor. Kendrick
coming
make
out
it
of
a
the
factor.
West,
No,
Kendrick for sure.
out of the
would've been a
West?
factor.
Yes.
Who was coming out of the West that was
In the
really
90s?
spitting?
Yes.
No one.
Kendrick, no
one was spitting like Kendrick in the 90s.
Kendrick in the 90s.
Corrupt, maybe.
Corrupt was
That's
the only
it.
one.
Daz wasn't spitting. Snoop wasn't
Krupp
spitting
was
like
the only
that.
one. Krupp was the only one.
Raz Kaz was spitting like it was the Oakland youths that were spitting.
No, but here's
Raz
I'll
Kaz,
tell you this though. Kendrick could,
hieroglyphics. That man,
I'll tell you this. Kendrick couldn't have the aesthetic or the image that he has now and make it in the 90s. Coming from the West,
He would have to switch up everything.
He would have to be like a weirdo type thing
Yeah, you
to
have to
go along
switch
with
up.
the way he
But
does
even
that
if-
shit.
That's what I'm saying.
If he
And
would've
that's
had-
Come with the
if he
West Coast
would've
look.
had
And that's
If he
what I'm
would've had
saying.
that-
And that's what I'm saying.
if
And
he
I don't
would've
think he
had
would
that-
I hear what you're
have.
saying
And I don't
now.
think he would have excelled like
I kinda hear
that
what you're saying
because
now.
he would have to switch who he is. He
don't
can't
think
just
so.
come the way he's
You have to remember,
It's a different time,
there were
bro.
enough guys out of Oakland and Southern California who were coming like that. And but look at Loonies, IF5.
Yeah.
They were like how Kendrick is now.
No, definitely.
The plaids, the fitted. People
Yeah,
didn't even
but
know they
who
were.
are they
but
now?
Kendrick's-
Are they relevant?
but that-
Like, I
but
mean,
Kendrick's
are we talking
aesthetic-
about artists that are relevant?
But Kendrick's aesthetic.
Still?
No,
Yeah, I mean, like, okay, any artist that is relevant or prevalent in today's scene.
right.
Yeah, and those guys are not
Be-
relevant in
be
today's
who they-
scene.
be
Oh,
who they
Loonies,
are.
of course. The Loonies just had their song featured in one of the
In Us.
What's the
in
name
in
of
the
it?
horror movie.
Us.
Us.
Yeah.
I got
Oh,
five
okay,
on it.
yeah,
Come on,
yeah,
so
yeah.
Yeah, but
music's
that's
still relevant.
But that's
to
that's
this
that's
day.
just a sad. That's just a.
That's the
fucking-
culture,
You know, when
fam.
some people they draw tracks from like. You,
But that's the
sick from
culture.
60s
You know how
or
much
something.
people did not know that song before that movie?
There's a way more back then. There's way more one-hit wonders than there are right now.
That's true.
One-hit wonders. I'm not talking about like, you know, like Fetty Wap has more than one hit, but he's gone. Like right now,
He
they
wasn't really a one. Yeah,
he has more than one hit.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like right now, it's not so much a one-hit wonder thing.
Before we literally would put out one tune.
They maximize on the hits and then you're got it.
Yeah.
Back then, it's like we'll take that one hit and let's go as far as we can. I wish
Yeah.
I was a little bit taller.
Yeah.
Gangsta's Paradise, down the
Yeah.
list. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
from beginning till the end.
Yeah.
So like I think, like like
Like Shorty Swing.
Looney's is a one-hit wonder.
He was the
Just like Cool Like That.
yeah.
Just like
Those are,
Think About
those are
Planets,
one
Cool
hits.
Like That.
Those are one hits.
One hit.
I'm not saying that the track is not going to be relevant later on in life when they're doing a
Right.
movie and they want to do it a sample, they want to throw it on something, on a
Right.
soundtrack or something.
don't have a string.
But they're not. No, they're not. Like right now, they're not a name like
The
you
only
can
thing,
name
the
out
only
there.
reason why
like
I
a
say,
Nas.
the only reason why I say is because, like West Coast music in the '90s was judged based off of how West Coast sounding it was, or like how much of like gangster life it represents, or
Yeah.
if you're going to look like Kendrick.
Yes.
If you're going to have the aesthetic of Kendrick with the braids and the plaid and all these things, you're gonna have to be a more gangster than Kendrick is.
Yes.
Now, the reason why that aesthetic works now is because there's not enough DPGs and whatever in this era from a celebrity standpoint, like really high at the top
Yeah,
of the game.
yeah.
There isn't enough of those to offset what Kendrick's doing. So what they think they're getting is authentic West Coast. So when like Game didn't really play up the plaids and all that shit the way Kendrick does.
Not the way Kendrick does.
And khakis. Like YG and these guys don't necessarily have to be the greatest, but they give out that aesthetic of the 90s.
Yeah.
The plaids and shit.
Yeah.
I remember that. You know, it's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
he
yeah,
has
yeah.
to be West Coast and dope.
Yeah.
That's why he gets to look. Because
Yeah.
aesthetically he represents that better
Yeah.
than
Anybody.
you know what I'm saying?
No, facts.
So like Kendrick would have I don't think that's the only thing. I don't think that Kendrick the music the album itself was like a story. The lyrics are amazing, the production's amazing. But from an aesthetic standpoint, I think he would get lost in the sauce with a bunch of dudes who are making harder West Coast music than him.
Yeah, I don't know.
You know what I'm saying?
A lot of I just feel like a lot of the music.
Music was a lot harder.
Yeah, of
Yeah,
course.
way harder.
Of
you know,
course.
like-
I don't think the tracks that they would fly as good as they fly now.
Like, I am a sinner. Some value will be sinner again. I like that track.
I thought that was Andre 3000 on the.
Yeah, I love that track. But but him looking like a West Coast nigga doing that doesn't work in the 90s.
Nah, hell no.
Doesn't work in the 90s.
Hell no. If you look like Outkast and did it, then people would fucking eat it up.
Yeah, exactly.
But-
he's making Outkast music looking like Corrupt.
Exactly.
Essentially, that's what
Yeah.
he's doing. That's why it works now because he's just giving you a bunch of nostalgia at once.
Yeah.
But he's actually really good.
Yeah,
You're right. No, that's so true.
Reworking, reinventing, remaking, movie remakes. How do you guys feel about